This podcast is sponsored by ScienceBasedLearning.com. Discover your passion for languages with our innovative ebook, audiobook, and video system. Maximize retention using spaced repetition. Start your journey today.
How your native language shapes identity and boosts language learning. Discover the deep connection between native language and identity, and get tips for adult language learning backed by the science of language learning. The connection between native language and identity. Whether you grew up speaking English, Spanish, Mandarin, or any other language, your native language plays an enormous role in shaping who you are. It's more than just a tool for communication. It is entwined with your culture, memories, and sense of self. Understanding this connection can greatly enhance your approach to language learning, especially as an adult looking to learn a new language or improve your skills. As a language expert, I've seen firsthand how the science of language learning reveals that our native language forms the foundation of our identity, influencing how we perceive the world and interact with others. In this post, we'll explore how your native language and identity are linked, why this matters for adult language learning, and practical tips informed by research to help you on your journey. How native language shapes identity. Your native language is the first key to understanding the world around you. From early childhood, it is through this language that you learn your culture's values, norms, and nuances. Studies in linguistics and cognitive science show that language affects how we categorize experiences and express emotions. Emotional connection. People often feel a stronger emotional response to words and phrases in their native tongue because they are tied to early memories and family surroundings. Worldview framing. Language shapes cognition. For example, certain concepts may be easier to express or understand in one language than another, subtly shaping your perception of reality. Cultural identity. Language carries idioms, traditions, and expressions that are deeply connected to cultural heritage. Because of this, when you learn a new language, you're not just acquiring vocabulary and grammar, you're accessing a different lens through which people experience life. This can be both exciting and challenging, especially in adult language learning where the brain is less flexible than in childhood. Why this matters for adult language learners. Adult language learners sometimes struggle because they drift away from the foundational mindset built by their native language. It's natural to compare the new language to your first one, but understanding how your native tongue shapes your thought patterns and identity can help you overcome barriers. Here's why embracing your native language identity helps with language acquisition and development. Improved learning strategies. By knowing how your native language influences your thinking, you can adopt study methods that bridge gaps instead of focusing on differences. Increasing motivation. Recognizing your language's role in your cultural identity can motivate you to preserve your roots while expanding your horizons. Smoother code switching. For bilingual adults, understanding your identity through language can make switching between languages more fluid and natural. These insights align with the best practices within the science of language learning, helping learners maximize retention and confidence. Applying these concepts to your learning journey. When beginning or continuing your path in adult language learning, try incorporating the following strategies. Connect emotionally. Find meaningful reasons to learn the language, such as connecting with your heritage or culture, traveling, or making friends. This emotional association strengthens retention. Use comparative techniques. Identify similarities and differences between your native language and the new language to create mental anchors for vocabulary and grammar. Engage with culture. Language and culture go hand in hand. Consume music, movies, literature, and conversations that showcase how the new language shapes identity. Reflect on your identity. Take time to journal or discuss how your native language influences your worldview and how the new language adds to your personal growth. One effective method rooted in modern cognitive research is spaced repetition. This technique takes advantage of how the brain works to maximize memory retention during language acquisition. If you're curious about systems that integrate spaced repetition seamlessly into learning, you might want to check out ScienceBasedLearning.com. Their simple ebook, audiobook, and video language learning system combined with an online practice app uses the science behind spaced repetition to boost your learning and retention effectively. Final thoughts. Embracing the connection between your native language and your identity can give you an edge in your language learning process. Rather than viewing your first language as a hurdle, see it as a foundation that supports your journey to becoming multilingual. Whether it's understanding the cultural context of phrases or overcoming learning obstacles, your native language and identity are powerful allies. With research-backed approaches and tools that leverage the science of language learning, adult language learning becomes a more rewarding and successful adventure. So if you're wondering how to learn a language effectively and stay motivated, let your native language be part of the conversation, not just the background. And when you're ready, explore resources like ScienceBasedLearning.com to give your skills a science-backed boost.